Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Gothalion, and welcome back to Destiny. So, Dark Below has been out for a little bit, 24 hours-ish, 48 hours. So I thought I'd give you my thoughts on the DLC, how I'm liking it, how I feel it changes the game, and some stuff that I have a little bit of a problem with moving forward. But for the most part, I have very positive things to say. I like the new strike. The PvP maps are excellent. The exclusive PlayStation strike this time around is actually pretty decent, man. I played around in it a couple times, and I have to say it's much better than the first exclusive PlayStation strike, which was the Dust Palace strike, which I did not think was that great. Some people really like that strike. I don't love that strike, but I do really like the new PlayStation exclusive strike. I think it's pretty good quality. So big ups to Bungie for that. But other than that, the PvP maps are really well balanced. I did a lot of Rumble today, played around in that, did a little bit of Clash, and had a good time. So far, I'm really pleased with the content that's in this DLC. And as a raider, this DLC holds a lot of value for me because Crota's End is a significantly better, more challenging raid than the Vault of Glass was. So, all around, if you raid, if you PvP, you probably get quite a bit out of this DLC. Now we're going to look at the flip side of this situation, and that's where this DLC kind of falls, and it's really not the content in it that falls, because, you know, there's a number of story missions, but we didn't really expect to have a lot of content out of there. All the meat and potatoes is from strikes and PvP maps, and the raid especially. I would have paid 20 bucks just for that raid, but that's just me. These are my opinions, and I'm giving them to you. Where it really falls is where I kind of feel like people who didn't buy the DLC kind of got shafted. And that's where they've included the Nightfall and weekly strikes into the rotation of Nightfalls and weeklies, meaning that once every so often, and my guess it will be every 5 weeks or so, there will be a DLC map that is used for the Nightfall and the weekly, which kind of sucks because that means that people that have been doing weeklies every week since launch are kind of left out in the cold, and I think this is kind of fucked up. And I came up with a really easy solution, but I don't know if Activision is gonna let Bungie do this solution, and that's that, well, you could, you know, fucking get everybody a choice when they do their Nightfall. Anybody who has the DLC should have a choice whether to do the DLC Nightfall for the week. Like, if it happens to roll the DLC Nightfall for the week, then there should be 2 choices for people with the DLC. And if you choose to do the DLC Nightfall, then you cannot do the other Nightfall, the standard Nightfall. I think that is the fair way to do it. That is how Bungie needs to do it, and that's really my main talking point for this video here, is that it's a little fucked up, man. I really don't like that. I don't like hearing probably a third of my community who doesn't own the DLC yet say that, man, it's fucked up, I can't do the Nightfall. Because it was pretty cool that Bungie made it so these guys could get level 31. They let them get some new gear from Vanguard and Crucible, let them keep growing their character, but, you know, limit the level 32 of the new raid. But it's really fucked up that you cannot get, well, fucking Nightfalls done every week now. That's bullshit. That's part of people's weekly rotation, and I think it's going to get to a point where people are just like, fuck it, I don't goddamn want to play anymore, because, you know, I don't want to, I bought a base game. I feel like I paid for a product, and the product I paid for had a Nightfall every week in it. It had a Nightfall, and it had a weekly every week. That's why they're called weekly strikes. They're not called semi-weekly strikes, are they? Last time I checked, no, they're not. So, what's up, Bungie? How about you give us a choice? How about you let the people who don't have the DLC fucking have a choice to do the weekly and the Nightfall every week? It's kind of fucked up, kind of not fair, kind of a ripoff for people who don't have it. But if you're asking me to just rate the DLC, I'd give it like a solid 8 out of 10. It's goddamn fun, man. The raid is amazing, and the gear that's in it is pretty fun to use. So, fucking Bungie, please, man, please. I think that the proposition I made here is reasonable. I think that is perfectly reasonable to expect to be able to do a weekly strike every goddamn week! That's why it's called a weekly. Come on, man. Fix it. Because I love this game, and I don't like seeing people sad in my chat on Twitch, and I don't like reading comments on my YouTube, people saying, I wish I got to play fucking Nightfall this week, but I can't because I don't have DLC yet, missing out on getting gear, missing out on getting coins. Missing out on getting items for sure, because maybe that week is the week that they had time to do the weekly, but they can't get the coins because they can't do the weekly. I don't know, man. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Do you think I'm in the right here? Do you think I'm thinking correctly on this whole situation? Do you think that we should be able to do the weekly? Do you think we have a choice? It's a choice, man. Give us a choice. There is your solution, Bungie. Code it in, fix it. Don't fuck over a quarter or half of your player base. Don't do that. It's not fair. Anyways, guys, let me know how you feel about this DLC. How are you enjoying it? How do you feel about my idea to fix the issue with weeklies and Nightfalls every week? Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys back inside of Destiny.